Hey guys, Chris here. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for tuning in. Today's video I'm reviewing a stereo in-ear monitoring system from Phenyx Pro. This is the PTM-10. It is a stereo in-ear wireless in-ear monitoring system. Stereo signal, not mono, so you've got the option, of course you can go mono if you just want to plug one side in, but you have the stereo option, which is always nice. Now, this is my first Phenyx Pro product that I've ever used or reviewed, not only on the channel, but just in professional use. I've never used them. They're pretty new to me on the scene, but I've heard good things about them. A few friends of mine use their microphones and have said really good things, so I was excited to try this out. So thank you, Phenyx Pro, for sending this to me. Thank you for the opportunity to check out your products. First impressions, it's metal. It's very sturdy feeling. You can definitely feel the quality. This isn't cheap plastic. Metal housing on the sides, and yeah, that feels good. Of course, our antenna is going to go there, so already impressed so far. Got mounting brackets if you're going to rack mount this for power. Got our antenna that's going to go on there, and then our various cables. So everything feels nice and sturdy. Everything feels high quality. Metal casing. It's got some heft to it. That's impressive. It's not some lightweight, flimsy thing. It definitely feels solid. Everything's right where you think it should be. You've got your left and right inputs. The antenna I put on here, power supply, and you got your volume control, power. You even have a headphone jack out. Even when you have fired up the backlit LED display and the green and just the font, everything about it it looks like a nice high quality device. This is your belt pack, and it also feels hefty. It feels solid. I don't know how to describe that. It doesn't feel like just a lightweight, cheap little plastic thing. It's nice that they included batteries as well. That was a nice touch there. So simply turning on power button, you've got your nice green display there as well. And yeah, it feels good. So it does come with headphones, in-ear monitors. I'm just going to use mine that I'm used to. But it is nice that they include those because some do not. So let's go ahead and give this a whirl. I'm a saxophone player. That is my primary use would be for these. I'm not a vocalist, so anytime I'll be using these, it'll be like in a band setting when I'm playing with my band, and whether we're using click tracks or we're just trying to keep the stage nice and clutter-free without all the floor wedges. I like in-ears because I move around. I'm constantly moving around while I'm playing, so I don't just stay at one spot on stage. So in-ear wireless in-ear system is very nice, and so I'm just gonna kind of compare these to some of the other ones that I've used and try it out. So I'm just listening to some music through it right now. Very clear signal. If I crank it up a lot, then I get a little bit of a fuzz or hiss, but that's to be expected with anything with high volume. But the volume that I would be listening to it, nice and clear. Not too much bass. It's just right, you know. I wouldn't change the EQ on it. It's not overdriven, not a false sense of low end or anything like that. So, all right. So I'm going to test the range with it now. All right, I'm going to let this music play, and I know you can't hear it, but just take my word for it. I'm listening to music, and I'm going to walk outside. See when I lose signal. It says 160-foot range. So, alright guys, so we're outside here. I figured out a way to let you guys hear and improve the range of this thing. I've already walked to the back of the yard listening to it in my headphones and it didn't drop out, but I wanted you guys to be able to hear that. And so I'm going to plug an aux cord into the in-ear monitor belt pack, and I'm going to plug it into the microphone jack on the camera. I won't be able to talk to you anymore because it's going to bypass the camera's mic, but you'll be able to hear the audio and see that it has a really long range. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Our starting point, this is my music room we just walked out of, and we're going to go all the way to the back yard there. So here we go. So hopefully that gives you a little example of how far the range is. Way farther than I've ever needed for my wireless in-ear monitors. However, it's cool as a sax player. I do walk off stage and walk and play in the crowd, so it's nice to know they're not going to drop out there. But also if you have a lot of bodies on stage, a lot of band members and instruments and just obstacles and things, that you're not going to have that interference or dropout. Alright guys, so we are back inside. I'm going to just play a little track, one of my original songs here, and play through here with my mic that I use in a live setting instead of going through my preamps and my studio mics and all that stuff, because that's unrealistic. What I'm trying to do is just hear how it sounds through the wireless system here in a live situation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the in-ear system into my DAW so you guys can hear what I'm hearing as I'm doing it. Just a minute or so of that, and we'll go from there. So here we go. Alright, so that feels pretty good. I got good levels. The amount of effects in there sounded pretty natural, unlike some in-ear monitor systems I've used in the past. Sometimes it gives a bit of an artificial feeling, and the effects feel more wet than what's coming out of the house PA system, if that makes any sense. But this seems about right. It seems like the right amount of what I hear out in the on the PA speakers and whatnot. So there's that. All in all, I'm really good with this system. I did initially off camera when I was getting it set up, I was just kind of doing some back and forth, and I thought I would mention this for anybody that's setting these up. Normally in the back you've got the smart jack. It's got the XLR, or you can go 1/4 inch in the back. Now XLR is the ideal way to do it. However, my digital Behringer system that I usually use in my band situations, if I'm providing sound, the monitor out is 1/4 inch. And so I initially tried that into this, but I was getting a heavy reverb delay, kind of very wet sound on even the recordings that I was doing, not even playing, but just stereo songs that I listen to all the time. I know how they sound. It just sounded very delayed, like it was in a bathroom type of situation, but that was the 1/4 inch. When I went XLR, didn't have that issue, so I just had to use a 1/4 inch to XLR cable, and then it got rid of that. So I just wanted to let you know that as a discrepancy. If anybody is running this and you hear that, definitely go with XLR if you weren't already using XLR, and it should eliminate that. Just wanted to throw that out there in case anybody had that issue and you're like, oh no, but that's a cable thing, not the product itself. So anyway, very good with all of that. Hopefully this is helpful to somebody out there that is maybe considering this in-ear unit or an in-ear unit. And maybe if you're looking at some of the bigger box brands, Shure, Sennheiser, and all those that are $500 plus, $700 units, this seems to really compete in that category at a much lower rate. So definitely check out Phenyx Pro if you haven't already. I highly recommend these, especially in this stereo configuration. They do have a mono version as well, but current pricing for this stereo system, the PTM-10, is $228.99. I'll put a link in the video below, this video description below. Prices fluctuate, I know, but at this time that I'm doing the video, that's the current price, so I think it's a great deal. Like and subscribe if this was helpful. Leave a comment. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.